Hello, hi. I am the producer for Disk Jockey. With me today I have Bailey Wilson, the director. Yes?
Director and writer of Disk Jockey.
And I've put together some questions to interview my friend here. So, Bailey, who are we?
Obviously I'm Bailey Wilson and you're Harry Cooper.
Yes.
We're both making this film, Disk Jockey. We are film students studying at Canterbury Christchurch University. I like to think we don't make student films. We make short amateur productions.
Yeah.
Like our previous film, Telehead, which is going to festival, hopefully.
Telehead.
We've been shopping it about. Behind the camera now, we have Alfie Kenner. He is a very talented cinematographer.
It's just down there, you can't see him.
Hello.
We have EJ Bofa, who's a very talented set designer.
And costume.
We're excited. I'm excited to have EJ on board.
Yeah.
And costume.
Working tirelessly these days in a cold garage.
To build
freezing her feet off by the sounds of it, but
a rather large spaceship set
yeah.
for our film. We also have Alex Campbell. He's our editor. He's on board. And finally, we have Callum Hull, who is our sound designer.
Yeah, not here today, sadly missed, but he'll be with us.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah, very soon.
Superimpose him.
There he is.
This is Callum Hull.
What are we making?
What are we making? That is an excellent question.
Yeah.
We are making a science fiction film, but I guess you could call it an exploration of abuse. And really it's about a former child soldier trying to find his way in the world, in which he's forced to do some rather disgusting things to survive.
Yeah.
And we mean disgusting. But just to give you a quick synopsis, it's about our main character, Elio. He is a clone, so in a way a former child soldier, who is forced to fall back upon piracy as a way to survive in this galaxy after humanity's been wiped out almost to the point of extinction by an aggressive alien android race who aren't actually going to be in the film because that's not the story we want to tell.
No.
It's more about survival.
Yeah. And Elio, can you touch on more about him? I know you said he's a child soldier. Does that, are we casting a child for this film, or?
No, we're casting someone in their 20s, hopefully. But no, he's a clone, so they're designed to degrade, they're designed to die. You know, he's built to die young. And so we want someone who can bring it a certain, he's like an old man in a young man's body. But he knows his time's growing short and he's ever so desperate to prolong the inevitable. In short, as the person who wrote the film, I've had some people describe it as darkly funny, but I like to think it's deeply philosophical in places. If anyone mentions Star Wars...
Okay.
No.
That's one of my questions.
Is
actually.
it? Go on.
Are we making Star Wars?
Are we making Star Wars? No. It's not pew pew, it's bang bang. Physical, ballistic weaponry. No lasers, no lightsabers.
Yeah.
None of that. There's... Obviously, they travel through another dimension.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they travel through worm space to get places.
It's obviously set within...
It's Starhammer 40k is what it is.
So we've kind of covered Elio in terms of our protagonist. Can you tell about any other characters to appear in this film?
So we have the Boyar, who is a struggling warlord, keeping the remnants of humanity on his planet, Dogma, together through sheer force of will. We have Magpie, who is nicknamed that, it's not his actual name, but he is an android alien head suspended from the ceiling of Elio's ship that has been forcefully reanimated and carved into his ship, which he uses for extra processing power.
He's cool, doesn't he look? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Not sure how well you can see that, but we've been 3D printing props, we've been scratch building props, we've got spaceships. Brain, who is Elio's second in command, his navigator, his brain in a jar that sits next to his command console in his spaceship. Brain is Elio's ethical centre. He's his conscience, really. He judges Elio for how low they've fallen. He doesn't want to be doing this stuff, but he does because he supports Elio.
And he is quite literally a brain in a jar.
Quite literally a brain in a jar. There's another character, the first naturally born child in about 18 years. It's not Baby Yoda, it's not the child, it's an asset. It's a grotesque little fetus in a jar. It's disgusting, really. Science Officer Reynolds is kind of the cherry on top of this whole endeavour. I'd say the real antagonist from the third act. Science Officer Reynolds is the ultimate pragmatist, a real utilitarian, somebody who wants to use the child to make a new army of clones, to really wrangle the galaxy, retake the stars for the human race.
What would you say to look out for in terms of themes?
Okay. In terms of themes for Disk Jockey, I would look out for determinism. I'd say that's a definite theme, something that goes through my head quite a bit, and whether or not someone's upbringing or their biological makeup dictates how they behave, nature versus nurture, how much of an effect our parents or lack thereof have on our physical well-being and mental makeup. He is a man who has done bad things to survive, but also a man that does not necessarily want to be a bad person. He just has to.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the spaceship set. Can you expand on that in any more detail?
We have a brilliant set designer, EJ Bofa. She's going to hate me saying that, but she is great. She, along with her father, have been constructing a large, and I mean it's big. It's big spaceship set for Elio to mince about in and get into all sorts of scrapes. She's also constructing a tight cockpit. We're really going for a cramped feel with the film. So at the minute it's quite big, but once we fill it with boxes and other miscellanea, it's gonna pad out.
Yeah.
But there's some real talent at work.
It certainly looks cool from what we've seen in terms of it being built.
That's really what we're crowdfunding for. Because with your help, we can build the set with better materials. We can get better costumes. 3D print better files because I'm using better filament. Better resins. It all goes into the cake and it makes a mighty tasty pudding.
So, in terms of the camera setup we've got in the film, obviously, an idea is great written down and it can be good on paper. But how do we go from a good idea to a good reality in terms of shooting?
Excellent question. So we have a very talented young cinematographer called Alfie Kenner. He's behind the camera now. Hello, Alfie. On board with the film. We're filming it on an Arri Alexa and the Blackmagic Pocket as well. So the first 2 acts of the film take place in Elio's Starfighter, where he lives. We would like to shoot that as if it is on film. So we want filmic grain. We're going to mess with the ISO settings on the Alexa to get it to look like it was shot on film. We're shooting it handheld because it's cramped. We really want to convey to the audience this crampedness and this tightness to the scenes. It's claustrophobic. We're pushing in on Elio. He's uncomfortable. He's never comfortable. In the third act, when he reaches, spoilers, Ceres, the science facility, we're swapping aspect ratio to CinemaScope, and we're going to have dolly rigs and tracks, and everything on this space station is clean. It's uncomfortably clean. The ship's dirty, and we go to this sanitary, disgustingly clean, really, environment full of these lab coat clad scientists with the air of superiority about them. We go to this place, and you'll watch the first part of the film, and you'll feel the crampness, and you'll feel the grain, and you'll feel how kind of old school and dirty it feels. And then we'll go to this new location, and subconsciously, even if you're not a massive film buff, you'll know something's wrong. We'll be on tripods. The shots will be either stationary or moving. They'll be a lot finer, a lot more refined.
Yeah.
I think Christopher Nolan. That's really what we're going for in the series section.
It's got to feel almost Kubrick-esque as well. I think
a noticeable difference between the grungy aesthetic, down and dirty in his spaceship, to this clean, superficial. It's fake. It's these people, they're living a lie. They're the only people in the galaxy who are eating right, and they don't know it. They're fine with it. It's uncomfortable. I mean, I guess you can pull a class analogy from that.
So I've got one more question. How good is this film going to be?
Technically speaking, it is a student film. We're third year students. We're not going to lie. I won't lie to you. But during the making of our last film and doubling down on it now, I've told the entire team, and I feel like we're all in agreement. Yes, we're students, but we don't make student films. We make amateur productions. Technically, it's a student film. Okay, there's a certain bar that we want to reach in terms of quality. We want this to go to festival. We want this to travel. We want people to see it. Because at the end of the day, we think it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. There's too much put into it for it not to be good. But at the end of the day, none of this is possible without outside help.
Yeah.
We're not rich kids. We're not at a film school.
So we want to push it to these film festivals, these up-and-comer festivals. And even though these might sound quite small, like we're not taking it to Cannes. Everybody's heard of Cannes, but
Unless.
but it could be that, you know, it goes to a local festival, but these festivals all cost money. So anything that comes will be, you know, widely appreciated by us and the team.
We'll be completely transparent as well with where the money's going and how it's getting spent.
Yeah.
We're not here to grift, we're here to make art, and we need your help to make that art.
It could be the catering. It could be just the difference between making a packed lunch to having a hot meal cooked for the day.
It could even be the brains Elio scrapes off the floor and eats.
Yeah. That's what we would say. If you are watching this and considering just sending in a little bit of money, it is widely appreciated by us and the team, and even if it's just a little bit, it will go somewhere. We will really appreciate it.
I just want to double down on the passion at work here. You know, we've got a lot of very passionate people on board, people who are sacrificing their personal time for no pay to help us reach our vision and get this made. Science fiction should be open to everybody. It shouldn't just be achievable for people who are wealthy. You know, we are building a grungy set with a grungy aesthetic and doing it on a shoestring budget. And I just want people to know they could do it too.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Give us your money. Here's the link.
Yeah.
If you want to help us get Elio flying, here's the link.
Goodbye.
Thank you for watching us ramble.
Yeah.
Disk Jockey, hopefully coming to a smaller film festival or a bigger one, or Cannes near you soon.